At some point, a lot of people quietly decide who they are going to be forever. I'm just shy, I'm lazy, I'm awkward, I'm not leadership material. And after repeating those sentences long enough, they stop sounding like thoughts, they start sounding like facts. That's the trap, not failure, not lack of talent, a fixed identity. Because once you believe something is fundamentally who you are, your brain starts protecting that story. You avoid situations that challenge it, you notice evidence that confirms it. And slowly, your personality becomes a prison you helped build yourself. But here's what people forget, human beings are absurdly adaptable. Your brain changes constantly based on repetition, environment, and behavior. The person you are today is not some permanent final form, it's just a collection of practice patterns. That's why someone quiet can become charismatic, someone insecure can become confident, someone undisciplined can become focused. Not overnight, but gradually enough that one day people say, "You've changed." And honestly, that sentence scares people more than it should, because society loves predictable identities. Once people label you, they unconsciously expect you to stay the same forever. But growth almost always begins with acting slightly ahead of your current identity. Before you become confident, you practice confidence badly. Before you become disciplined, you practice discipline inconsistently. Every new version of yourself starts out uncomfortable and slightly fake. That's normal. A child learning to walk also looks ridiculous for a while. Nobody calls that inauthentic. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting to feel different before changing their actions. But action usually comes first, identity follows afterward. Your brain is constantly collecting evidence about who you are, every small action becomes a vote. Go to the gym once, and maybe nothing changes. Go 50 times, and your brain starts updating the story. This is why small changes matter so much. Tiny repeated actions reshape identity more reliably than dramatic life overhauls. People love motivational explosions, your brain prefers consistency. Another important piece is imagination, not delusion, direction. You need to picture a future version of yourself that feels believable enough to move toward. Because if your internal image never changes, your behavior usually won't either. And no, this doesn't mean pretending life is easy. Changing yourself is uncomfortable, sometimes embarrassing too. You will relapse into old habits, you will doubt yourself repeatedly. But that does not mean change is impossible, it means you're rewiring years of conditioning instead of downloading a personality update like it's software. The deeper truth is this, you are not trapped by your traits nearly as much as you are trapped by your narrative, and narratives can be rewritten. So maybe stop asking, what kind of person am I? And start asking, what kind of person am I becoming? Because the answer to that question can genuinely change your life.